Okay, welcome back to another episode 7 of Gents Talking Current Events. I'm Paul, this is my brother Joe, and our nephew James. Once again, like I always try to say, we're just three amateur guys talking about some of the current events going on in the country and the world. So, if you like us, great. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on Instagram. We are actively trying to boycott TikTok because TikTok, for some reason, keeps restricting us for hate speech. I don't know what we're hating. And if you get offended, please still comment, like, and subscribe. It's even better if you're offended.
Since this last time we recorded, which was 2 weeks, we took a little hiatus. We had quite a bit of just good comments that came through, and people were responding.
And I think we're getting real close to the 1,000 subscribers.
Nope.
No?
I don't know why you're so adamant about saying we're close. From last episode, when you had this little mix-up, we were at 16 subscribers.
We needed 16 more to
No. We were at 16 subscribers. We are now at 27 subscribers. 27, not 27 till 1,000. We are at 27,000. Oh, wait. Whoa.
27.
27.
We're growing.
Yeah.
270.
No, 27.
Exponentially.
Yes. You can say that.
So please, keep subscribing.
Yeah.
If you have already subscribed, form another account on YouTube and subscribe again. All right. Hey, I need to light my cigar.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. And speaking of subscribers, we are becoming a little bit famous here.
Oh,
one of our subscribers, Ben, from United Discount, sent us this beautiful and unique Statue of Liberty lighter. So he
That's pretty cool. I love it.
He said, hold on.
It's not that.
Isn't even gonna work.
Wait a minute. Let's get it to work. Oh, it just died on me.
Damn it.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Easy.
Gentle. You got it. Oh, it's out.
No, it's still going. It was going. Oh, that is funny.
Yep.
This is the longest cigar lighting
I love it.
in history.
That thing is pretty cool. There we go.
I did not know that it was a cigar. I thought that was just a funny little gag you were bringing.
Let me see if I could do this.
So he said that he saw our little, with your brother here.
Oh, yeah.
And the geese flew over.
Uh-huh.
And he said eagles, and they were geese.
Yeah.
And then we said, America.
Yeah.
And when he was loading their shells and putting those online, so basically United Discount is a liquidation and bulk sales company offering customers access to quality products at unbelievable prices. Their inventory is always changing. They got all kinds of cool things. You should check them out, United Discount. And thank you again, Ben. And their warehouse is over in Cleveland, and they have an eBay
So this is our
store.
first sponsored episode.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Wow, Joe, we did not know we were having that.
So we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. America.
Yeah, right. America, Statue of Liberty later. That's really cool. Now we have to light every single one of our
That
cigars.
was perfect. I like it. Thank you, Ben.
That's great. Well, what are we talking about
All right,
today?
let's get into it. We got a few topics. We can talk about Cracker Barrel and
Well, I think first
Let's
we
talk
should talk
about-
about
DC.
and you last episode you were really heated. It's almost as if Trump watched our
I think
podcast.
Trump is. I mean, I send him all of our episodes.
He's a subscriber.
Him and I text once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him that I was there last spring. And did I not tell you guys that it was
The grounds were nasty. You said the grounds were nasty.
the pool was nasty? It's not so
Yeah.
reflective. And
There's crime. There's
I have some
homelessness.
videos that you can post. Like I'm walking down the sidewalk on a main street, and they got this rickety like plastic fence up for some reason, and you can tell that it's been up. Maybe it was a temporary fence at one point, but it was up for a while because the weeds were literally growing on both sides of it, really tall.
Really.
Just a lot of that area just needed to get cleaned up. Now, as for crime, we didn't experience any crime when we were there, but
Well, good.
Let me see that later again.
It sounds as if crime kind of got a little bit out of control there.
And this was not one thing that I looked up a lot, but I did hear news radio channel that I listen to that if Washington D.C. were to become like its own state, it's obviously federalized and all that stuff, but if it was to become its own state, it would have one of the highest crime rates in the country as a city.
What is Washington D.C.?
So Washington D.C. is just
Is it
like
a city, or is it?
So it is a city because you can go to the city of Washington D.C. But essentially, what it is it's a federalized, meaning that in a sense the federal government controls it, runs it, operates it with people that representing it. But they're not necessarily a state in reference to where they have power within elections for presidents and for there's no seats within Washington D.C. for
So they have a mayor.
I don't. I'm not sure if they have a mayor. I don't believe they do. So
because everyone was outraged that he was bringing in the National Guard to clean things up,
which it is his right. It is in the Constitution that he has the ability to federalize, quote unquote, refederalize, because it was unfederalized in a sense. It's all confusing. And he's able to do that.
But only Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm. And there's one other.
But he's talking about possibly expanding this to other cities.
Which, with supposedly,
he said he would like to go to Chicago next.
Supposedly, crime has dropped dramatically, like homicides.
Went
down. You have that
in Washington D.C.
Yeah, can I have that later?
I mean, of course, every.
Thank you. Hopefully it's not just a fluke, but I read, and do you have that stat right now?
So when I found this information, it was 7 days of the federal guard and stuff being in there and him cleaning it up. But they said that it had been the first time in a very long time that DC had gone 7 days without a homicide.
Wow,
which is crazy.
7 days.
Just
you
7 days.
You would hope and imagine that you're not having a homicide. Like you would be like, when you told me that earlier, I was like, wait, that's a record. Like that's a good thing.
How many people are in DC?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That's a pretty high percentage of people. If like every 7 days they have another homicide.
But that's the thing that's why they're saying that it would be one of the highest crime rate cities because of the size and because of the population compared to other cities. It would have
per capita, maybe
per capita. It would have the highest crime rate. One of the highest crime rates, and it's not good. It's like you mentioned last episode. It's the nation's capital. It should be a gem.
I mean, like when he said that the crime was high and that we need to clean it up, everyone was coming out. There's nothing wrong with Washington D.C. It's safe, but I guess it had for cities the fourth highest homicide rate out of the country, and so now in the 7 days. Carjackings were down 83%. Robberies were down 43%. Car theft down 21%. And just overall violent crime down 22%.
I mean, we spend a lot of money sending it to a lot of other places. Yes. Like, why not just drop a little bit more money into major problem areas and major problem cities to have more,
Oh, so you're not just talking Washington D.C.
I'm just talking, in general. Like,
I mean, I don't know what the law is about him using the National Guard to go into Chicago,
but I don't mean like the National Guard.
Yeah,
but can't we say
pump a bunch of money into the
you're sending billions and billions of dollars all over the place to everybody else? Like you take care of.
But we had that big push when George Floyd, that whole thing with George Floyd, everyone wanted to defund the police. Go without police. It's never going to work.
The current mayor that's running for the Democratic Party is 100% adamant that he wants to defund the police and he wants to have like a pseudo. Basically, it's a neighborhood
civilian,
watch. Yeah, neighborhood watch. It's not going to work. Crime would go, especially in New York. Like crime would just go nuts.
Well, in Washington D.C., the law was at one time, I think, 18 and older. If you stole a car, you got in trouble. Mm-hmm. But then they start realizing that these like groups of people were using 16 and 17-year-olds, so they lowered it
to get around that.
Yes.
Try you as an adult?
Yes. So then they moved it to 16 and up. What do? They started using 13, 14, 15-year-olds to rob cars.
What?
Yeah.
A 13-year-old?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't know why we accept the fact that cities have to have, or just do have, high crime. And I don't think we realize it. We live in Medina, south of Cleveland, but I think in Cleveland, it's a common occurrence for someone to be shot and for something bad to
Is
be
it just
happening.
because there's just a
It's
higher
more dense.
and that's just the reason? Like if you were to look, but I don't know, we have to look at the statistics, but, or is it just because in a city, it just breeds that type of behavior?
Well, I mean, I think when you put everyone close together, all the
Crazies come out.
Well, I went down there a couple years ago and spent just a night in Cleveland with my wife, and I'm telling you, there was no that night in particular. You know, it's one thing we kind of complain that to go to Cleveland, you have to the traffic or find parking and stuff, and I could deal with all that and enjoy a nice dinner downtown. And we spent the night down there, but everywhere we walked, because we had our hotel and we could walk to our thing, we could go to Tower City and everything like that. We were bothered by people. People asking us for money. People asking us, "Oh, you guys new to the city? We'll take you around. We'll show you around." Just like
But they can tell.
always being bothered, always being like solicited for something. You know, it's just. But then in Washington D.C. and when I was there in last spring, I tried to pick a nice area close to things so we could walk in a nice hotel. And when we got there, you know, literally right across the street from the hotel was this park, and it was just filled with tents and homeless people. And I get it.
But isn't Trump doing something about that
Well,
now?
he cleaned it all out. So some people are bothered by that, but I think
what
he's in like, what do you do with them? And like, they literally, I saw a video of them with garbage trucks there, and they were just dragging tents and stuff and just throwing them away.
Oof.
So,
But you have to do something.
but yeah, I mean, I think that's another thing is like I think they were offering them to go to like rehab centers if they have drug problems, you know, alcoholic problems, or even mental health, or they could go to a shelter.
Get housing.
Yes. I mean,
To me, that money is better spent to take care of those problems, to clean up the area, support the people that are maybe in need, than just shoveling money to all these other countries and all these other things. And do we really even know the money makes it to where it's going?
It's very good. That's the whole thing with Doge.
Could somebody just say, "Hey, I'm going to donate, you know, whatever, and we're sending a check for $1 billion over here"? Well, whose hands is it going to, and where does it really get?
who's it getting filtered?
but to that
through?
point, Elon was being interviewed on somebody, and he said, "I can't really talk or dive too much into the corruption. I'm telling you, it's rampant.
What is?
The corruption in government with money, with Doge." He's like, "I can't go too far." He's like, "Because I'm afraid for my life."
Wow.
Like, because it's that bad.
I have a few like particular things that I don't know how you know, donate. I don't really say donate, you know, but I support certain things, you know, and a few of the things that I support that I send money to, I know it's going like literally to the couple sources. You know, one of them's through our church that they're doing, you know, a beautiful thing. And I know where that's going. I know that it's helping families. I know it's taking care of.
Because you know the people, you know every person that's
so
in
I
that
feel like
tier.
if I give that particular money to somebody, then it's going to be going to the source, as opposed to other things you don't know. And where does it really go? And I'm not talking, you know, my little money versus,
of course,
you know, billions of dollars. I just think that I think, you know, closer to home and taking care of that type of scenario. And like you said, I was shocked when
I
you told
telling me that.
I had not been there to see that. So I was like, really? Like, it's really not clean. It's really bad. And the grass is tall and the weeds are growing. Like, it doesn't make, like, that should be
like the gem. It should
anybody from the United States that goes there to visit should see something beautiful.
And
anyone coming from another country that goes there to visit should see something beautiful.
Just like the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like this, for a long time, this is what people saw when they came into the country. This needed to look pristine. The area needed to look pristine. The water needed to, you know, you should, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really make a big difference, but it does, because it's what we're proud of. But you're saying he's now wanting to try to go into other
That's
cities?
what he was. I heard him saying that he would like to go to other cities, Chicago, possibly New York, LA, and clean things up. When it comes to the homeless thing, that's a touchy subject. And with our church a few years back, I probably would go once a month.
I did it a couple times with you.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Yeah, for like a good 1.5 years, 2 years to Akron, and like just we would show up and try to help the homeless, give them food, give them some blankets, give them clothing. And we weren't just finding people on the streets. We were actually finding their tents and where they lived. But homelessness, this is just my statistic. I would say less than 5% of homelessness is a fact of not having a home. And typically when someone's down on their luck and they lose a job or something like that, they have someplace else to go. They have a shelter they can go to. And if they happen to live in a tent, it's a very short period of time. But the homelessness that you see in these cities that's constant, it's based on these people are either alcoholics and they cannot sustain jobs, they can't just function normally in life, or drugs is a big thing, or there is some kind of, a mental thing going on. It was terrible. And I would leave there every time thinking to myself, have I done anything good, or did I just make it more comfortable for them to be in this situation? And one of the couples that we would see, and regularly or fairly regularly, they, between the two of them, had 5 kids.
What?
That were
were living with them?
No. Oh. Were being raised by their grandparents, because those two, and they admitted to it, had a drug addiction so bad that they just withdrew from life, and they were living in a tent underneath a bridge. And so it's just, there's got to be a way to help them. And I'm hoping that, I think it's a good thing that Trump is cleaning that stuff up, but I also hope that he is providing, or we are providing, some kind of help.
Rehabilitate.
Yes.
Just like
but the problem also, like with there's homeless shelters in these cities, but usually if you want to go to this homeless shelter and live in this homeless shelter and get food, you have to not be drinking or on drugs. And
that's difficult.
And until a person is willing to be like, I'm going to stop this. And you would think that if you're living in a tent under a bridge and you're not having your kids with you, that should be enough.
I don't even want to live in a tent over a weekend.
I know, you don't like camping. Right. So I think it's, and the citizens of, from what I understand, the citizens of Washington, D.C. are happy. It seems to be mostly outsiders that are bothered that Trump is using federal stuff.
It's not like he's walking through and arresting people. They're
cracking down on crime.
Yeah,
and
they're actually punishing the criminals. Correct?
But just like nothing changed at our southern border.
Yes.
The wall.
The only thing
that
has changed in this president's office, they painted it black.
Yes. And maybe we put more security down at the border, but border crossings, like we talked about, are down, like 100 coming across a month, as opposed to hundreds of thousands of coming across the border.
Just
because of the image of he's cracking down, we're deporting people. If you
get across, you're going back.
You're going to go back. And the funny thing is that he has not even deported as many people as Obama deported. Mm-hmm. It's just the media has made a big spectacle of it. He talks about it.
And he's also deported people in different ways. He has the self-deportation.
Yes. Which is they give
$1,000. It's an app you download on your phone. Okay, which is to me was just ironic that you come over from another country to get a better life. You're able to get a phone. I guess everybody has a phone nowadays, but you download the app that you show that you're in this location. You show your identity. You go to your country of origin. Your phone knows it's you by face recognition and stuff like that, I think. And it knows that you're in that country. $1,000 is given to you. And they were even offering flights and stuff like that. But
so basically back and give them $1,000.
Yes, that because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to do that than to have to
find
them and round them up and fly them back and stuff like that. And it's not been a couple hundred people, a couple thousand people, a couple 100,000 people. I think the conservative estimate was 1.2 to 1.6 have taken advantage of that.
They've gone back. They use the app. They get paid.
Yeah, and I think they're saying as high as 2 million people have done that. And not all of them are 100% illegal immigrants, but some people that maybe have their green cards that weren't U.S. citizens in that moment have even taken advantage of that per se. Now, if you think about that, they were saying that a conservative estimate for how many illegal immigrants were in the United States was 16 million when Trump took office. So that means within however many months, 6 months, just through self-deportation, he was able to eliminate 10%. I mean, that's
Yeah, I haven't looked at any of the numbers or anything like that. I did hear about that program. I didn't know
100
that it was an app.
for $1,000 times a million people. It's $1 billion.
But I think they were saying that, like, at the end of the day, if you were going to go and deport all these people, it would cost four times more than that if they were just to give them $1,000.
They have to find them. They have to put them in a detention center and figure out where they go and send them back.
I think so. The Biden administration was saying we need to pass laws, we need to do all this stuff to be able to lock up the stock. No,
everyone has been saying that for years.
For years, and the fact that Trump just did basically not really one thing, but he did one thing, and that was crack down on the law that was instituted by the United States, and it eliminated it. Was just amazing, and that too hopefully will help with homelessness, because if you're saying that drugs are a big issue, a lot of drugs are being pushed through the border. So if we're able to crack down on illegal immigration, we're able to crack down on illegal drugs, that will hopefully start to diminish the amount that's coming into the country, diminish the amount that people are able to get. And then it could, you either can't get the drugs, or no one's going to become addicted to the drugs, and then your homelessness might go down. Like it's all connected in a sense. Now, I can't speak to Chicago, but if we're close to Cleveland, we're Cleveland everything. If he said that he was going to go do this to Cleveland, would you be for it?
I mean, I guess there has to be a legal way of.
Or let's say that he was like, he's not going to do the National Guard, but he's going to talk to the mayor of Cleveland.
I think if they were to open up more funding for, sure, why not, to crack down, and I think a bigger police presence in cities would obviously crack down on crime.
I mean, how could it hurt?
Yeah.
And
I mean, I don't know what in Rome, Italy, I went on vacation there. I don't know what their crime rate is, and so I could be completely wrong. And not that I would want this necessarily in the United States, but you walk around Rome, they have like military or police officers standing in areas
with a lot of presence.
With rifles.
But it's also
rifles. Shoot. They're holding rifles. They have rifles over their shoulders.
But you also are dealing with a lot more history in reference to monuments, and someone's going to go in to face something. They have to be able to get to it.
But on the other side, some people would say that's like a police state. Do we really want to go that route? But I mean, I don't know.
Listen, I obey the laws.
I don't do
anything that I'm not supposed to. I'm not going downtown looking for trouble. I go downtown to like enjoy an evening, or like you said, dinner, or go to a sporting event. I would just like it to be safe. I'd like my family to feel safe. I don't want to take my mom.
I don't want to have to look behind my back.
Yeah. Right. And I'm telling you that.
And we did in Washington, D.C. We walked down, Isabella and I, we walked down when it was still light out. A good walk. It was probably 10 minutes to go to a restaurant that we wanted to go to. And we ate, and when we left, it was dark. And so we're walking down the sidewalk, and there was two guys that come in this way, and then they tailed back around the street, and then they were following us for a little bit. And maybe they just turned around.
Yep.
And maybe it was innocent, but for me, I was on heightened.
You're being a dad. Mm-hmm. You got your daughter. You're doing your. I would have done the same thing if I had Lauren and Owen.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's bad to crack down on the crime and clean up the city. And now he's talking about like what I was talking about. He literally said yesterday that he's going to clean up all the parks and he's going to clean up all the grass. And he made a comment. He goes, "The grass seems like it died here 40 years ago." He goes.
Well, he owns a lot of golf courses.
Yes, he said, "I'm going to put sprinkler systems in."
He goes, "I know grass. I own golf courses. I'm going to take it."
Yeah. He's like, "I'm good with grass." It was funny. You know how he is. It's the best. It's the biggest. It's the huge. It's going to be huge. But
to that point, and
good,
I think,
because it should get cleaned up.
Yeah. No, I'm like, it's again, if Trump's listening to this right now, which we know he is, you send it to him.
I send it to him. I will send it.
We love it. Keep doing it. Keep going, because and everybody's like saying it's so negative, it's so bad. What is actually so bad? They're saying that he's being a dictator. He's using his power. Why wouldn't you want crime to go down? Why wouldn't you want homelessness to be maintained? Why wouldn't you want things to be taken care of?
And he's doing it all within the law. If he wasn't, then he would get in trouble for it. And second, he's the only president, I think, or politician that is doing exactly what he campaigned. He campaigns. He said all this stuff.
Deportation.
Tariffs. I'm gonna make trade better with other countries and figure it out. And look at all these countries that are lining up. I guess we made a deal with Canada.
Really?
Yeah, like they'll figure
And just
it out.
2 weeks ago, they were saying that Canada's about to just excommunicate the United States.
They were going to just bypass us and just trade with Mexico and not us. And now they've come around and somehow, I mean, not on everything, but
to some degree,
You know, our dad came from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a classic immigrant. He had a suitcase in his hand. He knew no one. Came here, landed in Cleveland because there was work. It was either at the time he was coming through New York. It was either Pittsburgh or Cleveland. There was jobs. There was, my dad passed away. Our dad passed away 9 years ago already. He came, when he was like 21, 22 years old or something like that. He had nothing. And he came here and he worked. And right before he was ill and passing away, the TV was playing about, Trump talking about, before he was elected, just before he was elected, about, we need to do better with the borders. We got to do this, and we got to let people come in here legally, and we got to make sure we're following these guidelines. And my dad sat there and said, if they're going to come here to this country, they should come through the right way. They should come through the process, and they shouldn't look for tons of hands out, because my dad felt like when he landed here and his feet were on this soil and he had the opportunity, he could work 1, 2, 3 jobs, support his family. That's all he wanted.
And send money back home.
Send money back home to bring the rest of his family. He just wanted the opportunity. He didn't want the government to take care of him. He didn't want the government to support him. He didn't look for freebies. They didn't have freebies back then. But
he wouldn't have been if it was.
He wouldn't have. That's just not what it was. He's like, I was here, and I am going to take advantage of this opportunity because it is an opportunity. This country's an opportunity, and that's the mentality that I think, if you're going to come here, you could do anything you want. You could start a business tomorrow with a pickup truck and start cutting grass, and before you know it, you could have 10 people working for you and have a great business. You can't do that all over the world,
Yeah. I mean, he's doing some good things, whether you like him as a person or you like how he talks or you like how or you don't like that he's just sometimes can be a little harsh and call people idiots and stuff. Yeah, I don't particularly care for that. But
I don't either.
There's just a list of things that...
He's getting stuff done.
Done.
And not only that, and maybe we can touch on, maybe we just go right to this point.
Yeah. Let's just
and then we go to our next topic. But we were talking earlier and we were saying, if you did not like Trump at all when he first got in, now put yourself in that mindset. I do not like Trump as a person. I don't like him as a president candidate. I don't like him as anything. I think it's going to be terrible. And you're seeing all these things that are happening. Trade deals, all this stuff. And then on top of this, the wars that he has either had a ceasefire signed or a war actually stopped. Right now they're doing the Putin, they're
working on
the Russia and Ukraine, which we'll hit on real quick. That bomber,
you saw that, right?
Flying over
Putin's head.
I have never felt more American.
Someone
I wanted to just
America.
Yeah, America.
That was like the goose.
When their limo was driving along all those jets parked there,
dude, it was like, yes. Like,
but listen.
I would leave this. I would go back home and say, man, I don't think we want to mess with them.
Because someone said it was by chance that thing flew over. I'm like, no, that was perfectly timed.
Absolutely not.
They were walking down that red carpet.
Those planes were probably doing this, and as soon as they knew that they were going to be in the middle, boom, they got the call. Know what they're doing.
Yeah, they had that timed up.
5 houses down the street here, 10, 15 years ago. We moved in here 18 years ago. About 10 years ago, there was a neighbor of ours. He flew for the Air Force, the fighter jets, and all those flyovers. He was responsible. He'd go to Toledo. He'd load up in their jets, and he would do a flyby.
For the stadiums here?
For the stadiums.
In Cleveland.
Wow. In Cleveland, when the Browns were about to kick off.
So Toledo is at least a 2-hour drive.
2-hour drive. He took those planes with his crew, and we knew. He told us, and it was great. They'd come, they'd circle right past here, they'd do a loop, they'd go in, they would time it to the second.
For the national anthem.
The national anthem. And at the very tail end of that national anthem, they'd come right over top of the stadium, boom, 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 fireworks going off, blah, 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 blah. And it was like to the second.
It's so amazing.
They would leave there, they would come through, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that bomber flying right over their
Oh, they
heads,
knew what they
coming
were
off
doing.
that red carpet or whatever.
and it was just great.
And Trump kind of just was like, I did that for you.
yeah, like check
That's
it.
I really
that's
wish
for you.
I really wish he said that's not even the biggest one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, you're not even looking at the force that we have.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just
So he has this meeting
Mhm.
in Alaska. People are like, oh, well, that shows that
He's loving
we're
us.
weak because we brought him here. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
No, people are threatening his life. And to that point, let's just go back really quick. People are saying that they hope that if Trump patrols DC,
Oh, yeah, he was going to go out and patrol.
he's going to go out and
DC.
patrol DC. They hope that something happens to him. They hope that
Oh, I hope that crime doesn't get to him. Like,
there should be no, you as a human being, you should never wish
bad on another hill.
bad on another human, especially
Except for Hitler.
okay, maybe Hitler, especially death and wanting something like that to happen.
Yeah.
That is just terrible. You shouldn't do that. But I've never felt more American. That was amazing. People are saying that he's buddy with Putin, all this stuff. This is bad. You see that there was Russia collusion all along. But look, we've been trying to be hard on Russia for 40 years. It's not worked. We got to do something different.
Yeah, nobody else has wanted to sit down with Putin. Let's just sit down with Putin. And that's what I think Trump is trying to say.
So this morning,
Yeah.
there's a lifelong friend of mine. He just anything and everything that Trump does,
Is bad.
he's really mad about.
Really?
He spends his whole day and his whole life just like losing his mind over stuff that Trump's doing, right? This morning on Facebook, and I just screenshot it because figured, I just can't believe it. But it says 3.5 more years of waking up every morning, checking to hope that he's dead.
What?
It's insane. I
If you actually truly feel that way, do you post that?
Why, yes.
Do you even put
That's
that on
so-
Facebook?
well, that's the other thing.
And then
I
the
don't
interesting
understand.
thing is that'll sit there for a day or two, whatever, and it'll be like maybe one thumbs up, or then like 2 people will be like, I don't think you should say that, or that's kind of like wrong. But I sit to myself and think to myself, if he would have come in here and everything was failing miserably and everything was going, down the tubes and it was just horrible, maybe that thought process is a little bit easier to see, but
not death.
I mean, it's just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, the crazy thing is the Finnish president has just come out and said that in the past 2 weeks, because of Trump, we have had more progress ending this war than in the past 3.5 years. I'm talking about Ukraine and Russia. And then when he meets with Putin and everyone's like, well, he shouldn't be just meeting with Putin. Zelensky should be there. Then he says, okay, the first meeting is going to be with Putin. Let's just see what we can get. Then Zelensky wants to come and meet.
And we're not even talking like these are 3-day meetings. No, they had a whole entire day planned in Alaska. Dinner, lunch. They got there and left before lunch. Instantly was on the phones with other countries and other people. This wasn't like we're going to just have some fun and have a great day out. No, and then he's in the meeting with the UN, which you wanted to touch on. Right after that meeting with the UN, I think he even maybe stopped the meeting halfway. I got a call with Putin.
He did.
I'm going to have a call
He
with
left
Putin. I'm going to leave the meeting right now. I'm going to go talk to Putin.
So you're talking about, after he met with Putin, like 2 days later, he back in Washington, D.C., all these other countries, leaders come. Italy's Prime Minister of Great Britain and Finland, and all these came here, met with him. They were having a meeting, like you said, and then Trump did take a phone call. They said it was like an hour. He walked away from them. Was on the phone with Putin.
How many world leaders does he have in his room? And he's like, I'll be right back.
and there's a picture of him sitting. Have you seen this picture?
I've seen it. Have you seen this picture? Oh, so great.
This is his desk, the Oval Office desk. He's sitting here, and these are all that's the different leaders from all across the world sitting there. And so I looked it up. That is the most leaders foreign leaders in the Oval Office ever at one time. The last time was Kennedy, and he had a bunch of South American leaders there, and they were talking trade and talking different stuff. And they're sitting there like, they all come. They all came running like, let's get this figured out. And either one way or the other, they were like, we just want to be part of this. if Trump is going to finally make a deal, we want to be sitting there. We want to be seeing that we're there. Obviously, it shows that these other countries have some respect for him because they came to the Oval Office.
And not even that.
With Zelensky. Zelensky showed up with a suit on.
With a suit instead of his pajamas. And the reason why he was wearing pajamas is because he was trying to be this, I'm a war fatigued.
Pajamas.
Okay. But compared to his suit.
I know. I got you.
But compared to his suit, it looked like pajamas. I'm a war fatigued president or world leader. I can't be wearing a suit because I'm actively in combat. So there's a political reason and a statement he's trying to make with doing that. But the way, and then people were even joking with him. Oh, it looks like you wore a suit this time. And he's like, yeah, and I think you wore the same suit too. Like, so.
It was actually kind of funny though. The actual reporter that gave him a hard time about not wearing a suit said, hey, you look great. I want to tell you that you look great. You look good in that suit. And he's like, yeah, thank you. And Trump is like, I think he was the one that gave you a hard time before. He's like, I told him he looks great too. And then Zelensky's like, yeah, thank you. And then he goes, yeah, I'm wearing a suit. And I think you're wearing the same exact suit as last time. And everyone laughed, But
it's different because last time he was in the Oval Office and it was not Oval, but he was in the United States and he was kind of being well, that was the whole issue there. He was trying to defend himself, he says. And he was being, but in a sense, he was being disrespectful. J.D. Vance kind of like didn't put him in his place and stuff like that. But so not only are we working towards this Russia and Ukraine war, possibly peace deal, however that's going to shake out,
and still actively trying to end the whole mess in Israel.
Yeah, but there has been a ceasefire in Israel and Iran. So we have Russia and Ukraine. We have Israel and Iran, which had a ceasefire after he put the hammer down on them with those bombs and bunkers, the 12-day war. Here's 4 other wars or conflicts that he's either completely stopped or had a ceasefire. Armenia and Azerbaijan, they had been fighting for decades, and no one was able to stop it. And it wasn't even like a real war. It was like over the border. Just people are dying. Trump goes, we trade a lot with both of you. If you want us to continue to trading with you at all for either country, I need you, both leaders, to get together, form a peace deal by yourself. I don't want to be involved, and then we'll reopen trade. I think within 2 days, a 30-year war was done. Peace deal was signed. Then you have India and Pakistan. That was about to be a pretty big thing. They were fighting over something. It was a potential to be something. Trump stepped in, stopped that. Another, I think this one might be, I think it was either 12 or 22 year long with the Dominican Republic of Congo and Rwanda. Went in there, stopped it. And then also Cambodia and Thailand. So
they were fighting for a while too. And the Cambodia is funny. 700 monks that don't speak broke their silence, came out and said, because of this peace that we've been hoping for in our country, we are announcing that we support Trump to get the peace prize.
The Nobel Peace Prize?
Nobel Peace
And
Prize.
the monks did that?
Yeah.
No way.
So Trump has even got, he's getting monks that don't speak to speak.
So about 5 or 6 years ago, I'm with Luca, my son, at the Marshalls or TJ Maxx in Strongsville. We're coming up to the checkout line. Young girl, like 20 years old, with an accent, just checking us out. I said, that's a nice accent you have. Where are you from? She was from the Ukraine. And she was just here, like not long, you know. And I said, that's wonderful. I go, how is it? She's like, it's absolutely wonderful. She's like, I cannot believe what the media makes the United States look like. I cannot believe how so many Americans complain about what they don't have or what they don't get from this country. She's like, go back to where I'm from.
I'm sorry, where was you from?
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
And she says, go back to where I'm from. Spend a month there. You will come back over here and you will
love everything.
Love every minute. And she's like, I send videos to my parents. She's like, I go and send videos of me walking in grocery stores where every shelf, everything, anything you want
fully stocked
is right there. If you have the funds to buy it, it's just at your disposal. And she says, it's just amazing that being here, I feel like this is just an absolutely amazing opportunity and place to live. But she's like, it doesn't look like that sometimes, the way the media portrays it or the way everybody wants to complain. And she's like, I send videos back to my parents, and she's like, I'm telling them it's the most amazing opportunity. So it's just interesting how
different perspectives,
and not everybody thinks that we're a mess. Not everybody thinks that, you know, we're a country falling apart, if they really know. Because I mean,
yeah,
we're free to do a lot.
And on top of that, he has gotten the countries in NATO to up their spending, because that was one of his big things, even the last time he was president, that we're spending all this money, you guys are not spending. And to his point, we're part of NATO, which is a group of European countries that are worried about Russia. That's the whole point of NATO.
They're closer to Russia.
And
I mean,
they're closer.
we have Alaska and we have the ocean.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there was no... It's their problem, kind of.
Trump just wants peace. And he even said that. He said, I just want peace. He said, I want to go to heaven. Everybody's freaking out because he said he wants to go to heaven. And the Christians are saying, oh, he's trying to say if he works really hard, he's going to get to heaven. And then the atheists are saying, oh, this man is he's so selfish. He's only thinking about himself. No, the dude just wants peace. Okay. However he wants to say it and however he wants to do it. I'm not going to worry about how he says it. I'm not going to look at his theology. I'm not going to do any of that. The guy wants peace. If you tell me he came into office and he was looking to start wars, it's the opposite. And once again, after this, how do you look at what he's been doing with less than a year and not just go, man, let's see where this goes. This is all right, at least. I mean,
he took out Iran's nuclear capabilities, or at least knocked them back a lot of
years
without causing World War III. Everyone said that it was going to happen. And on top of that, there is a little bit of talk yesterday that maybe they might cut the interest rates, which would be good.
Wow.
And the stock market like that. And the Dow Jones in the past 6 months is up 5%. And the S&P in the past 6 months is up 8%.
Wow.
So let's just hope that all this keeps going in the good direction.
You know what? If he finishes the year out doing stuff like this, he can take the next 3 years off.
And if you don't think that he's doing a good job and you think that all that he's doing is bad, comment and talk to us, and we
want to start up that conversation.
That would be great.
If you don't like Trump, let us know.
And it's one thing to not like Trump. You can still not like Trump, but maybe some of the things he's doing is working.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, 100%. How are we doing on time?
I don't know. We got 7 minutes.
Well, let's just... Until what? What time is it?
It's 10.
Okay, we got 20 minutes. We want to hit the... this is going to get into a lovely topic about the Paul's favorite crush right now, Sydney Sweeney.
Oh. What are you talking about?
What happened?
You edit that out right now.
What happened?
Were you talking to my wife?
Oh. I was trying to get you in trouble with your wife.
Yes.
Basically.
That's easy.
Cracker Barrel.
Honey, my only crush is you.
Cracker Barrel came out. The CEO came out and said that they're going to rebrand, baby. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, it's one of that brand has not changed. It's one of the companies that it's like the oldest.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because about a month ago I watched a TikTok about how Cracker Barrel is one of the longest standing restaurants to not change. That those stores are pretty much exactly the way they were. They had the porch in the front with the
rocking chairs. They're selling the rocking chairs. They got the candy store.
They got the whole store there. Yeah. I mean, that store has a lot of stuff in it. It's the same way, same feel. All of them have this pretty much the same feel. You walk in, they got all the
interesting things.
I was talking about how, like, they started, like, I think it was 55 years ago. They wanted to put them close to highways, and they wanted it to be so travelers could go someplace and have a comfy, homey feel and get some good food. All of them have a fireplace. That fireplace is wood burning, and it burns all year round, even in the summer. You know, in the wintertime, if you go there, you kind of want to sit close to it. It's cool.
It sounds
nice.
And
it was any time I can remember through my childhood or young adult life or till now, you get in the car and you're driving somewhere to go south, you're going on vacation, you stop at a Cracker Barrel along the way and you get lunch.
But basically, Cracker Barrel came out and said they're going to change everything. They're going to change their logo. They're going to remove the old man sitting with his leg on the Cracker Barrel.
Taking that to go to The so plain
just
Jane
Jane.
thing.
And it's, the funny thing is, they literally just removed the old man and the Cracker Barrel. Like, that's it. That's what they removed. They did.
And
Like,
then
the
it
logo looks the
it
same.
even says Old Country Store. It doesn't even look the same. It's
I mean,
a
like
little
the way
different.
the
wording.
But
Yeah.
and then they're going to change the way the inside looks, and it looks like a hospital. It's like cream beige walls, very minimal decor.
It looks like a First Watch.
It does.
So
it looks like a like a Starbucks or something. Like,
So the
just
first
very
store was
minimal.
in 1969 in Lebanon, Tennessee. Like I said, they wanted to have a comfy, homey feel. And then the name Cracker Barrel refers to the barrels of crackers found in old country stores where people tended to gather and kind of have a socialize them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool thing. And they've expanded and to grow to 660 locations across 45 states.
And you were right to that point. It was a long time ago, but I would assume it's the same thing. I drove from Ohio to Las Vegas. I stopped at a Cracker Barrel in Arizona, right off the highway.
Was it the same thing?
You're in the middle of these mountains, and I was telling my friend, this is going to be a really cool experience because this is going to be a different Cracker Barrel. It was exactly the same thing. Maybe just different decor because the decor style was maybe different in that area, more mountainy theme and stuff like that. No, it was literally exactly the same thing.
The rocking chairs, porch, store.
Same style building, store. Your menu was exactly the same. The decor was different, but extremely interesting. My wife loves Cracker Barrel, and she could have broken down crying when she heard that they were going to be changed. She's like, "You're telling me we can't go into that?" It's like one of her favorite restaurants.
So with all this backlash coming from this, who's the guy with the split in his teeth that is on a talk show?
Oh, Michael Shanahan.
Shanahan. Okay.
It's on the
She's
morning show.
telling him on an interview about
The changes.
the changes. And he's just sitting there like, really? Because she's like, oh, all my managers, all the store
All of our
locations,
customers are loving the
it.
change.
And he's like this, really? Like, he's not even believing
Yeah,
it. Like,
yeah.
he's like, why? And then she posts this recently, and I just can't get over it. I can't get over this. She says, the Cracker Barrel CEO says, Mega doesn't have to come eat here.
No.
And
Is that
she
for
says,
real?
and I will respect his or her wishes if they don't wish to come eat here. So let me just tell you something right now. If just say it's
But
divided
I don't
50,
think it's
50.
I don't think it's a mega thing.
Okay, but listen, but if it's divided 50-50, just
It isn't, but
so hold back. So if 50% of the people are Mega and 50% are not, you're willing to basically say, I don't care if 50% of our possible customer base doesn't want to come here anymore.
Yeah.
Like, why?
It's just ridiculous.
Like, why? Aunt Jemima, we had to get rid of her.
Yep.
What was the other big thing that we got rid of?
The oatmeal woman.
The oatmeal.
But I mean,
The
I think
Starbucks lady.
it's fine if you want to rebrand a little bit. But Cracker Barrel was just so, like, I think they're going a little too far.
It's not just too far. It's a completely different restaurant at that point.
And what you call it, the CEO of Steak and Shake put out a statement, or Steak and Shake themselves said, sometimes people want to change things just to put their own personality on things. At Cracker Barrel, their goal is to delete the personality altogether. Hence the elimination of the old timer from the signage. Heritage is what got Cracker Barrel as this far, and now the CEO wants to scrap it all the way. At Steak and Shake, we take pride in our history, our families, and American values. All are welcome. We will never market it ourselves away from our past in a cheap effort to gain approval of trend seekers. And I think that's her goal, was to bring in like a younger crowd, or wanted to appeal to the younger crowd, not thinking that it was going to upset people who liked the thing. But if they're trying to get the younger crowd, my daughter's 19, and where her grandparents used to live in Toledo, where close to them was a Cracker Barrel, so we would go there when we would go to visit them, and she is bothered. She's really doesn't like the change.
Yeah,
she's
Lauren,
like,
Lauren
I
does not
like
it.
The store the way it is. It was a cool place to go in to see all the stuff on the walls. They in that thing that I watched about them being the longest staying the same. They hire people, and literally their job is to just go around and buy the stuff that goes in the stores. Like it's just, I mean, their stock has gone down 20% in a month,
which is a ton.
which is $100 million.
Which is a slap in the face of that CEO. That means you have no idea. You shouldn't be CEO.
So here's the problem.
So over time, we'll see what happens. But I don't know why you want to make it more plain.
So who sits in these meetings and thinks these are good ideas?
Mm-hmm.
You know, who sat in this meeting and agreed that this is the best way for this company to go? Who sat in the meeting when Bud Light decided to do what they did back then? And there's still, but
I guess the only person that can save them is Sydney Sweeney. We should get her.
That's way out.
Get her out there.
Get her out.
But what I'm saying is,
we called it. She's going to save Bud Light. Now she's going to come in, save Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
She's going to be riding it on a barrel.
And was nobody sitting in these meetings like, I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that we should.
We have to look up if that is true, her post. Because if you're calling out a segment of people and saying that's fine if you don't want to come here, like what?
You know what I'll do? I won't come. You know
what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's really like
it's not that I'm not going to go back to Cracker Barrel. I'm actually going to probably want to go back to a Cracker Barrel to see what the changes were. But
I wonder if is it a franchise thing or is it a corporation thing where every single one of them has to comply, or if it's a franchise per franchise.
I wasn't getting the image that they were going to make all of them do it. So now with all this backlash, the ones that haven't done anything or maybe were planning on it, maybe would be like, you know what, we don't want to change. I don't know. We'll have to look into it a little bit more if like all of them have to change.
If you as a CEO go on that morning show, because I saw that interview.
But you made a good point. I'm sorry,
no, you're quick.
You made a good point yesterday about what they should have done. I like this.
If they wanted a little bit more trendy, more modern, more like fresh look, build another style restaurant right next to your restaurants that people are already stopping at. Like you're already getting off the highway.
Companies already do that.
You got your Cracker Barrel right here, but you want this newer looking, cleaner, more modern, trendy look. Just build it right next to you. You're gonna get
so you keep the
traditional
clientele
ones,
going there,
and you're gonna get the new.
And maybe it doesn't have to be next to it, but maybe the next exit down,
or something. It's like you don't have to take away from what's been working.
Because other restaurants do that. You got like, I don't know. There's the main corporation, and then they have a couple different franchise types. I'm sorry. So what were you gonna say?
No. As a CEO, if I was the CEO of that company and I came out and I'm like so adamant that this is going to be a good thing, it's going to be a good push, and then like days later, stock drops 20%, and everybody on social media is going nuts. Everybody's just going crazy. I would take the L, and I would be like, "Look at that. This is a bad idea."
Yeah.
I would, as a CEO of a company, you have a job. Your job is to promote, push, and make that company grow it. And if your action literally halted it that much in a couple days, you need to.
If there's 600 and some locations, they could have only converted some by this point.
In the areas that
right. Yeah. No. Yeah.
So if they've only converted a couple and they're saying, "Hey, man, maybe this is not the best way to go, and we're not getting the response we're looking for," well, then maybe you should like not continue to rebrand all these locations.
But also think about doing that. There's got to be some undertaking in that. Because now you're stripping the walls down, making it more simple. They're still hanging stuff on the walls, but all those things coming off the wall, you're going to have to redo the walls. The signage, you got to take the sign off. 660 locations, put that new signage up. It's all cost on top of losing $100 million in stock value.
And then losing customers.
And let's say,
and we'll see what happens. It would be interesting to like follow back with this in a few months to see if they come back, if this actually does work somehow.
When you go to a Cracker Barrel, it's the experience at a Cracker Barrel. It's not a restaurant. I go in with my wife and my son. My son knows when we get there that there's all those toys, there's all those games,
little peg game,
and no, but like when we get our reservation, it's gonna be 15 minutes. Oh, okay, 15 minutes is nothing. Because we're going to run around. We're going to go look at some cool things. My son is very good. He knows, all right, it's time to go eat. He's not going to take a toy with him. He's not going to cry because he can't look at him. We go, we eat our food. Then my wife loves getting the lemon drops. I like getting the
little rock candy suckers.
We get Owen a little toy, and it's like the whole experience.
It's an experience.
And if you're taking all that away, there's no point for me to drive 20 minutes to a Cracker Barrel because that's the closest Cracker Barrel to me. It's like 20 minutes away.
Well, the last time I ate at a Cracker Barrel, it was the service. It was slow. Things were being forgotten. Like we had to keep asking for things. Yeah. Like, so if you want to do something as a CEO, clean that up, fix that up.
Put money into hiring some more people. Or, you know what would be really nice at a Cracker Barrel, which I don't think any of them have, put some outdoor space. That would attract a lot of younger people that aren't looking for that novelty and the things and the items and stuff like that. Put a little outdoor patio that holds 10 tables. I bet you'd get a lot of people that are into that type of, I'm not a big fan of eating outside. It's just me. You know what I mean? I'd rather be inside where it's no heat, no cold, no wind. You know what I mean? But I was blown away when I saw that new logo and just didn't understand it. I think everybody should listen to our podcast and take advice from us.
Oh, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they? I wish them, yeah.
But Sydney Sweeney's the way to go.
Maybe she can solve it. That'll work.
She could help brand a lot of companies.
She's just going to be face of advertising. You know what I mean?
Her and her good genes.
Hey, congratulations on not dropping your cigar today.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I was thought about doing a joke and dropping mine a couple of times, but I didn't want to disrespect it.
I do have to say that I'm getting a little worried on a completely different topic. Like, when I met my wife and I started dating her, she's beautiful, gorgeous. A lot of people would make comments to me like, holy cow, Paul, she's really pretty. Like, to this fact, like, how did you get her? Which in the beginning, it was a compliment. But even now, like a couple people from work saw her for the first time on social media. Oh my gosh, Paul, how did you do that? I'm getting a little worried. I'm like, now we're married for a year and a half. I mean, am I going to be able to hold on to her? I mean, because I'm a very simple guy. I wash my whole body from head to toe with 1 bar of soap. You walk into our shower and get in there, like, it's almost like you turn the corner in an Ulta Beauty shop. She's got so many things. Like, she matches her lotions and perfume to the season. I've had the same cologne for 25 years.
Well, don't break something that's working.
Well,
it might stop working.
I hope it doesn't.
She's working hard.
I'm a simple guy. I hope she likes that simpleness about me. You know, she's matching her Stanley Cup with her purses. I literally went through half of the day, Monday, with 2 different tennis shoes on. And I didn't even know. So if you have any advice, people, on how I keep my beautiful wife, let me know.
Start carrying around a purse with a Stanley Cup.
I hope it's just that I'm kind of funny and she does still laugh at my jokes, so.
She'll see this.
Yes.
Or there's something else you provide.
Well, yeah. This is, you never know who might be watching us.
No, but that's funny. I'm glad you lose sleep over that at night.
This is the things I lose sleep over.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we got anything else today.
No. Do you have anything else? This is great, by the way.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben with the United Discount, watching our podcast, realizing we could have something.
Joe, you have a magnetic thing that doesn't let you
lighters.
He always has this problem. Give it to me.
They struggle
I'll
with
light
me.
it.
Man, I must have like some ions or something coming right through me.
Look at that.
It lit right up for you. I must have like, I don't know.
Well, thank you everybody for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We
send
appreciate
us more gifts.
Yes, if anybody wants a sponsor.
Hey,
yes.
Talk to us. Send us something. We'll give you a plug.
Yeah.
Their
business is going to boom 20%.
That's what this country is based off of.
Yeah.
Easily.
Entrepreneurs.
And talk to us before you change your marketing stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you're American Eagle. Keep going.
Yeah, we'll consult you. We'll charge you $1,000 to tell you should stay the same.
Yes.
Don't do anything different.
At this point, we could have charged you $50 million and told you to stay the same.
And you'd have been ahead.
You would be ahead. $50 million.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Adios.